up with the national anthem. So Rose will, as she always does, sing, and our flag is there, so please face the flag.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. God bless America. Thank you.
From the South Point Hotel, Casino and Spa on the South Strip, live from Las Vegas, you're listening to The Dennis Bono Show. Now back to the star of our show. Here's Dennis Bono.
Thank you all very much. Having fun today? Good. You know, in keeping with, Vegas tradition and the history of vintage Vegas, the first time I met her was just the other night, and I enjoyed her company and her husband's company. She was talking about the glory days of Las Vegas, and especially with my wife, who's been here, her family's been here so long. But this young lady worked the Flamingo, the Thunderbird, the Sands, and she's a songwriter and grew up with the Rat Pack. She opened for Milton Berle and just the numerous stars. I mean, the list is endless, and I said, let's go back to the glory days. Please, a warm welcome, if you would, www.rosebonanza.com. Ladies and gentlemen, Rose Bonanza.
Hello, Las Vegas. Written in 1952. I can only give you love that lasts forever, yeah, and a promise to be near each time you call. And the only heart I own for you and you alone. That's all, yeah, that's all. I can only give you country walks in springtime and a hand to hold when leaves begin to fall, and a love whose burning light will warm the winter's night. That's all, yeah, that's all. There are those, I am sure, who have told you they would give you the world for a toy. All I have are these arms to enfold you, yeah, and a lifetime can never destroy. If demands are small. Say it's me that you'll adore for now and evermore. That's all. That's all. There are those, I am sure, who have told you they would give you the world for a toy. All I have are these arms to enfold you, and a lifetime can never destroy. If you're wondering what I'm asking in return, dear, you'll be glad to know that my demands are small. Say it's me that you'll adore for now and evermore. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. And that's all, folks.
Yeah. Rose Bonanza, how are you, darling?
Oh, good.
I'm
Great.
telling you, grew up with the Rat Pack and hanging out with Dino and opened for Buddy Hackett. They would be proud that you're carrying on that legacy of the great glory
God.
days of Vegas.
And I love and miss them all.
Yeah, Rose Bonanza, ladies and
Thank
gentlemen.
you.
We're going to take a short
Thank you.
pause, coming right back.
Thank you.
I always knew it would be me and you. I always knew our time would come, the dream comes true. From the beginning there was magic, it was spring all year through. The birds sang their love songs just for me, just for you. And though the years are passing and time is fleeting too, each day we spend together, our love still grows anew. Into the twilight years will go, from love our family grew. I'll turn to you, my darling, Who is this angel, this child from above, born of two people, two hearts with one love? How does this happen, this miracle of birth, when the heaven-sent child becomes one with the earth? Will she be a scholar? God, he is so handsome. Who knows what the fates have in store? But one thing is for certain, the music of life will endure, and after time and life have slipped by, the seed of the child is a legacy of a love that won't die. Who is this angel, this child from above, born of two people, two hearts with one love? She be a scholar? God, he is so handsome. Who knows what the fates have in store? But one thing is for certain, the music of life will endure, and after time and life have slipped by, the seed of the child is a legacy of a child from above, born of two people, two hearts with one love.
So we're going to do this now. This is the way I feel. I can only give you love that lasts forever, yeah, and a promise to be near each time you call. And the only heart I own for you and you alone, that's all, yeah, that's all. I can only give you country walks in springtime and a hand to hold when leaves begin to fall, and a love whose burning light will warm the winter's night. That's all, yeah, oh, that's all. Oh, there are those, I am sure, who have told you they would give you the world for a toy. All I have are these arms to enfold you, yeah, and a lifetime can never destroy. If you're wondering what I'm asking in return, dear, you'd be glad to know that my demands are small. Hey, say it's me that you'll adore for now and evermore. That's all, that's all. There are those, I am sure, who have told you they would give you the world for a toy. All I have are these arms to enfold you, and a love time can never destroy. or small. Now say it's me that you'll adore, for now and evermore. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. And that's all. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rose Bonanza.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are great. I forgot to mention my sister-in-law Mary and her husband Roger are here too. Good grief. Thank you, Ricky. I love you.
Please won't you come inside? It's useless to hide from love, sweet love. Once you hear the call, it's too late, you'll fall in love, sweet love. Your heart is now gone, you're trapped in the web of love's sweetest nectar inside your head. Your fate is sealed, you can't be healed from love, sweet love. So won't you come inside? You know you can't hide. Close the door, come inside, close the door. Your heart is now a goner. You're trapped in the web of love's sweetest nectar inside your head. Your fate is sealed. You can't be healed from love, sweet love. So won't you come inside? You know you can't hide. Come inside, close the door, come inside, come inside. Oh, come inside. Goodbye. No use leading with our chins. This is where our story ends. Never lovers, ever friends. Goodbye. Let our hearts call it a day. But before you walk away, I sincerely want to say I wish you song to sing, and then a kiss. But more than this, I wish you love. And in July, a lemonade to cool you in some leafy glade. I wish you health and more than wealth. I wish you love. My breaking heart, and I agree that you and I could never be. So with my best, my very best, I set you free. I wish you shelter from a storm, a cozy fire to keep you warm. But most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love. My breaking heart, and I agree that you and I could never be. So with my best, my very best, I set you free. I wish you shelter from a storm, a cozy fire to keep you warm. But most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love. I wish you love. I wish you love.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Rose Bonanza.
Hey, I love the East, I love the West, and North and South, they're both the best. But I'll only go there as a guest, 'cause I love being here with you. I love the sea, I love the shore, I love the rocks, and what is more, with you there, they'd never be a bore, 'cause I love being here with you. Singing in the shower, laughing by the hour, life is such a breezy game. In all kinds of weather, long as we're together, I love to hear you say my name. I love good wine and fine cuisine and candlelight. Ooh, I love the scene. But baby, if you know what I mean, I love being here with you. Basie's band are swinging, I love Ella singing, 'cause there's something else you should know. They know how to say it, they know how to play it. They wind it up and they let it go. I love love the thrill of New York shows. I love to kiss Durante's nose. But there's one more thing before I close. I love being here with you, New York. I love being here with you. Hey! Oh my goodness, we're small but we're mighty. I'm happy to be back in New York and playing with my favorite conductor pianist, Ricky Ritzel, the other love of my life. We're going to do some wonderful, wonderful tunes for you this evening. Build your dreams to the stars above. But when you need someone true to love, don't go to strangers, darling. Come to me. Play with fire till your fingers burn. And when you have nowhere else to turn, don't go to strangers, darling. Come to me. For when you hear the call to follow your heart, you follow your heart. I know I've been through it all, and I'm an old hand. I'll understand if you go. So make your mark for your friends to see. But when you need more than company, don't go to strangers, darling. Come to me. For when you hear the call to follow your heart, you follow your heart. I know I've been through it all, and I'm an old hand. I'll understand if you go. So make your mark for your friends to see. But when you need more than company, don't go to strangers, darling. Come to me. Don't go to strangers. Come on home to me. Woo. Thank you. Thank you. What a beautiful, beautiful tune. Beautiful tune. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming out this evening. Did you all come on the same bus? Okay.
Here she is to take center stage with her rendition of Centerfield, Rose Bonanza.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for starting your day out with me. I'm Jenna Stauffer. I'm going to start today's show off by showcasing a fabulous singer and entertainer. Rose Bonanza comes to us from Wilmington, North Carolina. Now, once a year, this lovely lady graces Key West with her presence. I definitely don't think she spends enough time here. Rose has been entertaining music lovers of all ages in different venues and clubs throughout the world. She has a style and a sound that is unlike any other. You'll get a little taste of it this morning. Rose, it's such a pleasure having you on the show. I'm so happy you're here.
I can't thank you enough for having me come back with you.
No, it's wonderful. I look forward to your trip to Key West every year, Rose. How about you start by telling our viewers when you first got your start in music?
Well, I was 3 years old. I was raised in a Catholic convent, and the nuns started teaching me music. My legs didn't even hit the floor from the piano bench, but they still hardly do. So but that's what got me into the business. I just love music. I love everything about it. I write it, I sing it, I play it. I just love music. And the first chance I got, I jumped right up on the stage, and there I was.
And you blew everybody away, I'm sure, at a young age already.
As a teenager, yeah. I don't know where I got the nerve from, but
you got it.
It's what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And you knew what it was that you wanted to do, so you did it fearlessly.
Right.
Now, Rose, I mentioned that you come to us from Wilmington, North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
but you've lived all over, right, Rose?
Yes. I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
But I'll always be a New York girl, but I will never live there again. So I've been everywhere. I sing in 10 languages. So I've been literally all over the world. Okay. I am an Italian girl, so I go to Italy a lot. But I work most of the jazz clubs all over the country. And Las Vegas, I've been going to Las Vegas since I was a teenager. In fact, I was just there this past July, and that was fabulous. I was going to work with Al Green and Aretha Franklin, but I broke my leg.
Seriously?
Seriously, they tell you break a leg. Well, I did.
You did it. You took them a little bit too seriously,
right? So that show I had to cancel. I attended it though.
Okay.
And but I did do a show with that Frankenstein boot on, and
I'm sure you got a big applause with that.
I don't know if it was because of the show or because I wore the boot on stage.
Oh, that's good.
So, and then I had to cancel the other shows so I could get home and have the leg straightened.
Oh, no. But you're wearing heels today, so it must be okay. So you must be doing okay.
Yeah.
Now, Rose, you spent a lot of time in Vegas as a young girl.
Yes.
I love hearing stories.
Yes.
Could you share some of your Vegas stories as a teenager with us?
Oh, my goodness gracious. I've made so many friends. I used to hang out with the Rat Pack before I knew what they were or who they were. They were my friends. We would meet in the Sands Lounge after all the shows. They all worked in the big rooms, and I always worked in the lounges in all the hotels that most of them are not there anymore. I worked at the Desert Inn, the Sands, the Thunderbird, the Flamingo. Most of those hotels on the Strip are just no longer there. I think the Desert Inn might still be there. I'm not sure.
Okay.
However, we'd meet in the Sands Lounge when everybody was done, and everyone would enjoy each other's jokes and comments, and the back and forth with the comedians was always a big treat. And that's how I got to know them. Dean Martin used to sing to me. Rose Bonanza, this one's for you. Everybody wants my body sometime.
How
his daughter's age. I was the mascot, really. So.
Oh, I'm sure they loved you, Rose.
So I had a fabulous time with all of them. They were all just wonderful. And every once in a while, you'd get somebody else come in and out, Jack Palance or oh my goodness, so many. Don Rickles, who is still a dear friend of mine. I love him to death. Buddy Hackett was a good friend of mine, and I'm sorry we lost him. What a wonderful showman he was. He picked me up one time from the Desert Inn and said, I always come and see your show and you never saw mine, so he kidnapped me. In between shows, I had one more show to do. I had 3 shows in those lounges. They only had 2 in the big rooms. So I said, I have to be back I'll have you back in time for your show. So we get in the car and the driver drives us and we're going to his hotel and it's a red light. He says, keep going. So he guy says, I can't, it's a red light. So he says, well, why waste the light? He got out, he tap danced around the car, he jumped in the car when the light turned green. Now everybody behind us got out of their cars and gave him a standing ovation.
What a story right there.
I said, oh my God, you're embarrassing me. He says, my kids tell me that all the time.
Rose, what an interesting life you have lived. We have to take a quick break right now. We're going to hear more about these stories, Rose, and talk more about what you're doing right now in your career. Please stay with us, everyone. There's much more to come. Rose, during the commercial break, you were sharing with me how you met Jack Palance. Share that with the viewers.
Quite a lovely story. I was working in New York City at the time, and my agent came from Massachusetts with some gentleman, and he said, have you ever been to the Copacabana? I said, no. So he said, would you like to go tonight? Meet me there. So I did. I met him and a bunch of gentlemen. We go into the Copacabana, and there's more gentlemen sitting at a booth. And my agent is introducing me, Rose Bonanza, this is so-and-so. And all the men shook my hand. But the only man that stood up that was at the table was Jack Palance. And that's how I met him. And then some years later, I'm working in a club in Washington, D.C., and I get a phone call. And it says, so, you know, this is Jack Palance. I said, yes, and I'm the Queen Mother. And I hung up. so he calls back and he says, well, don't tell her not to hang up because this is really Jack Palance. I said, okay. So I got on the phone, and he said, we met at the Copacabana. so he said, I have a favor. Would you do a benefit show with me and Dorothy Lamour at the Baltimore Hotel in Maryland? It's the Boys and Girls Club of Baltimore, Maryland. I said, certainly. Do you mind if I bring some more kids with me? We could do a whole show, you know. And we did. That's what I did. I brought all these kids, and we did do the benefit show the next day for the Boys and Girls Club. Then, some years later, I'm working at the Hacienda Hotel in Bakersfield, California. I walk in my dressing room one evening, and the room is loaded with flowers. I hardly could move. All the cards are from people I don't know except Jack. You know, I knew his name on one of the cards. So when I get out there to do my show, there he is with, I don't know how many cattle ranchers in Bakersfield, California to see the show. It was fabulous. They were hooping and hollering. And I didn't even know he had a cattle ranch in Bakersfield, California. Well, we had some nice times. You know, he was quite a gentleman. He was just a lovely, lovely man, very well spoken, and of course, I thought he was a fantastic actor.
Right.
And we got along very well.
Well, Rose, you obviously made an impression on all of these people that you're mentioning. In your career, do you have someone who left the most lasting impression on you?
I can't boil it down just to one person. There are so many people who in the ladder of life that have helped me get to where I am, and very kind and gentle and lovely people. My agent from Massachusetts, Billy Fiore, he was very touching in my life. He used to talk to my dad all the time. On the phone, my father would say, do you know what time she got off the show and she went home to bed? Do you know? You know, that kind of thing. Because I was a young girl and my dad was worried about me. And Billy Fiore would say, don't worry, we got our eye on her. She's not doing nothing she's not supposed to.
That's good.
That kind of thing. And that's only, you know, one person. And of course, there are people in the business that have been very, very kind to me and help in my career right now where it's at.
Well, you're still going strong, Rose. I'm so impressed by you. Just last year, I know you were performing in New York City.
At Hofstra University, yes,
we're
the
gonna,
Mets.
Yeah, we're going to show our viewers some of that video this morning.
Lovely.
It's so great because you have a little baseball uniform on, Rose. With heels.
Right, with those big, oh my goodness gracious.
And you're not just touring in New York or Vegas, like you mentioned this past summer, or Key West. You're touring everywhere.
Right, wherever the job is. And that's where I'm going. After here, I'm leaving. I go to Manhattan to the Metropolitan Room. So I'll be doing that. and it just goes on and on.
Do you get tired,
Thank
Rose?
goodness. Not really tired. It's the traveling and the packing is cumbersome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like you don't know what. Is it going to be hot? Is it going to be cold? You know?
Right.
Which shoes should I bring for which dress?
So that's the most difficult part for you.
That's it. Everything else is the breeze.
A
You know,
piece
it's
of
a
cake.
cakewalk.
Well, we're so fortunate to have you here in Key West. How did Key West come into your life, Rose?
Oh, well over 20 years ago. You know, I'm a jazz singer. I write jazz music, among other kinds. But where else would it be? I mean, this is the place to come. And once we came to Key West, that was it. I started doing the Sunday showcase, and that's it. You know, I'm
You were
here
sold.
every year in March, right?
Well, I look forward to it every year. And Rose, we're going
I
to
do
show
too.
some of your performances at the end of today's show. I'm going to talk still a little bit more with you, so don't go away. More Rose Bonanza is coming up.
Which is open 24 hours a day. But on Broadway, everything is open 24 hours a day.